Welcome to the Nehemiah Entrepreneurship Community Podcast. I'm your host, Patrice Tsague, and I have with us in studio a young man that I've known for a while now, a dynamic young entrepreneur from Malaysia, specifically Penang. And we have with us today Ezra Tan. Ezra, welcome to the podcast.
Hi, welcome everyone. I think in Malaysia now we are morning 11. So good morning to everyone.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm Ezra. Good morning.
Awesome. So, Ezra, good to have you here. Ezra has a company called Kairos Agriculture that we're going to talk about. We're going to talk today about job creation through agriculture in Malaysia. Ezra is a biblical entrepreneur. Ezra, you completed biblical entrepreneurship in what year?
2017.
2007. Wow, that was a while ago. And then when you came out of the biblical entrepreneurship class, your business plan was called Dessert and Smile. It was a retail food business. As a matter of fact, I remember tasting some of your desserts, right?
Yeah, I think Patrice tasted before a durian puff and durian ice cream. Yes.
Yeah. So tell our listeners a bit about durian ice cream. I mean, durian, the fruit, is a very popular fruit in Malaysia called durian. Ezra, you guys love it, but man, that thing is funky. I mean, it has a strong odor, but it's one of the it's known in acquired taste, but it's a delicacy over there, isn't it?
Yeah. I think that one is compared to how Asian have to adapt the blue cheese. I think that is the same feeling.
That's a good comparison. I love it.
Yeah.
So, to you guys, we love blue cheese, but you're saying blue cheese is funky like durian is.
Yeah.
That is a great. I never thought about that. It's a great comparison.
True.
You know,
it's like Asian, we love durian just like you all love the blue cheese.
I know what we say in the US, or we would say touche, you know. Yeah, so you're absolutely right. So durian is a natural fruit, except in your case, yours is natural while ours is manufactured, right? And so, but for people who love durian, they just love it. I mean, people, even tourists, people come into Asia sometimes just to eat that particular fruit. What is it about durian that makes it so attractive to Asians in general, or even to foreigners who love it as well?
I think it's because of the durian have a special taste that after you taste it, is quite I mean both sides. Either you very love it or you don't like it at all. So but then the smell and the taste and the feel. So there's a difference that I think but it's not all the Asians or even Malaysians that like it so much. It still have two group of people.
I love it.
Especially the smell after you have it. When you meet people, other people will know, oh, you just have durian.
So question, for people who like durian, how do they feel about the aftertaste? Like, let's say if you like durian, I ate durian. When you see me, do you like the smell or don't like the smell?
We can see that Patrice don't that like the smell. It's because of us. We force you to eat it, then you have to have it. But for those that like it, they will addicted to it, and they will search all the way to find it, and then to just have it, and then even have a lot of Chinese from China that purposely flew over to Malaysia during the season and just to have the fresh durian.
Wow. Now, so question. So durian only grows in Malaysia, is that correct?
I would say Thailand, Indonesia also have is a tropical fruits.
Okay.
But I think Malaysia we famous of this.
Okay. So you built an entire business around that. You actually won second place for your business plan. We're going to talk about your new business in a minute. But for
Yep.
those who are watching and listening, Ezra, you've had
Yes.
you were a big hit. There were a lot of publicity around your business. Even your government came in and which I mean you were a big deal, but it didn't work out. So what did you learn from that first business? The fact that because it looked like you were going to be successful. First, what happened and what did you learn from that first incident?
For that whole place, because I think through the first incidents, I noticed that the partnership and whoever on board is very critical. Although our business for the durian dessert is growing so fast, we are expanding to 3 outlets within 6 months. And we really get the profit. But the partner that within the team, when we really successful, or we call it we have little success, but then that really show the personality of entrepreneur, how far it can go. But through this, I also learned that from my part, I always got myself. The world is so big, and the achievement to that level is just little. Humble is the key. Humble yourself to see what is God wanted for us for the next. But so sad, after 1 year, we have to shut off the business because of the partner issues.
So, in a sense, you found yourself unequally yoked. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. And this is why in biblical entrepreneurship, we talk about the importance of partnering with people of shared values and shared ethics. In this case, you didn't partner with somebody with shared values. And so you had to split the business. Ezra, that must have
Yes.
been difficult for you because, I mean, you were riding high. How difficult was that to come to that place where you felt that you had to shut down the business? How difficult was it for you?
I think that that took me at least I think 2 to 3 months to decide yes or no, because I always been talking to myself that hey, you already present this in Nehemiah Week Asia that you have won the prize for even second prize. Seems like this model is work. Are you sure you're going to just give up like this? Then I did pray to God that what is next. It's like it's quite difficult for me to make that decisions. However, I still but God did give me some scripture that give me a confirmation. So I decided to just let it go.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Oftentimes people assume that because you've got a kingdom business plan, because you're doing it God's way, means automatic success. Sometimes the Lord will use challenges and obstacles and even failure as a way to
Yes.
redirect you to his plan. And that was the case for you. So it was tough for you. I'm sure pretty humiliating. Boy, that
Yeah.
word is hard to come. But you were able to pick yourself back up, and the Lord comforted you at that time.
Yes.
Lessons you learn is make sure you're careful who you partner with. Is that correct?
Yes, that is my very important lesson. So this
Wow.
one, I have to make sure that in the new business, whoever partner that on board, we have to make sure that um, it's really same visions and same missions. Is common shared value is very
Awesome.
important.
Awesome. Before we get into your new business and how that came about, let's talk about your experience in biblical entrepreneurship. How well did that prepare you, and what you learned from the class? Could you share a bit about that experience?
Sure. I think the whole biblical entrepreneurship always remind me one word: stewardship. So this is what I always mention to the whole team. We are not the CEO or the boss of the company. So whatever we do, we seek for his permission. I
Mm,
would say so. We are just a steward to take care of this business. So this is what I experience more even wholesomely. in the new business. So I would say when we really give our best to it, and then God will take care of the rest. And He will lead the directions. It's matter of we follow or not. So I think the stewardship of the whole program always remind me, you are not the owner. The owner is the Lord. You just
Amen.
follow His path, His guidance, and whatever opportunity is His decisions.
Amen. So
Yeah.
with that, was there a time when, because you have gone through BE, you learned a lot, obviously, and you knew that was
Mm.
God's business, and now you were facing problems. Was there a time where you felt that the Lord had forsaken you? Was there a time where you felt like, Lord, I took BE, I had a kingdom business plan, I'm trying to do it your way, and you're letting me fail? Was there a time where you kind of blamed God, or did you always think right?
Yes. After I left that, because after that business, I did went in one of the development company, and I was so busy inside for another 18 months. So try to do the best to help that to be success. But unfortunately, I have to. I mean, I decided to leave after 18 months, which is around last year, 2001, not 2018 of the year end. So that time when I left the company and me myself, I go back to the Lord and I say that, why God, what is happening, and why so many things is happening so bad, and please teach me what is next, because I do not know what to do, and don't leave me. And then, if I mean, in the Bible say that, please use your love to surround me and catch me all the time, don't leave me. If I go wrong way, pull me back. So that's the feeling that I had throughout that period of time, I think around 6 months.
Wow.
So I was so disappointed and down. And also thank to my former pastor, which is Pastor Alfred Pua, also the third prize winner at the Nehemiah Week Asia. He's doing the agriculture project in East Malaysia. So I flew to Kuching. I think I stayed for quite some time, then spend some time, quiet time with God around that area, so that I can gain back the strength. So just we need to know to be still and know He is God. So that is the
Amen.
journey that I went through that period of time.
Wow. You know, it's easy to talk about success, to praise God for when things are well. But I think
Yeah.
what shows the true character of a believer is when
Mm,
they're able to go through the trials and challenges and even failure, and yet and
mm.
still, like Job, not curse God and still believe Him. And you went through that. And you're a young man. How old are you, Ezra?
33.
Oh my God, you're a young man, and to be learning at such a young age, brother, you are learning. You know, I talked to an investor once, a venture capitalist, about what do you look
Yep.
for in investing in businesses. Do you know what he said? His
Mm.
number one thing he looks for?
The people.
He said failure.
Failure.
Yeah, he wants to invest in people who already failed and learned their lessons, because in his
Mm.
mind, if you failed and you got up and you kept going, that means you learned the lesson. Then you're not going to lose his money,
Wow.
because there are
Okay.
more lessons learned from failure than there are from success.
Mm.
So
True.
now let's talk about some success that you're having. So again, we're talking to Ezra Tan from Penang, Malaysia. We're talking about job creation through agriculture. Ezra had completed biblical entrepreneurship in 2007, came out with a business plan on a company called Dessert and Smile. That was a retail business providing exotic dessert in Malaysia. But unfortunately, he had business failure due to a bad partnership, learned that lesson, and then he
Mm.
went at it and started another business. You call this business Kairos Agriculture. So tell me,
Yes.
first of all, you build the courage to get into a second business. So what leads you now to this second business, and why Kairos Agriculture?
Okay. The story way back to the moment that I went to meet my former pastor in East Malaysia. So Pastor Alfred Phua was in business for in the agriculture business. That time we are helping single mom. So when through the agriculture, so we plant mushroom. So I think Patrice, when you visit Penang that time, Pastor Alfred also shared his kingdom business plan on the stage and won the prize for the third prize. So right on his experience and in East Malaysia, because of we wanted to help the single mom and then to plant mushroom. So after the mushroom, we found that the mushroom waste cannot just throw like this. So we are going in to a vermicompost, means that we are using the waste to become the compost. Here, then we met a challenge in Sarawak, Kuching, is a fertile land. Then compost to them seems like is not critical. So we are thinking to finding, and by God grace, we're able to met one vanilla planter in Kuching. So we kind of collaborating with him. So we signed the MOU with him so that we take care of the vanilla farm, and we're able to share the profit. So this is how the story starts. And after we get the vanilla produce, we have to find market. And then Pastor Alfred did find the market from the Japan flavoring company. And that tested our product and said that Malaysia vanilla is world level, which is we can compete with other country. But of course, the biggest exporter is Madagascar. And I believe Madagascar have produced very good quality of vanilla pots. So except that there already Japanese companies say that we met that criteria to go to the world level. So that is how we kickstart of this. And Pastor Alfred came out, asked me, "Hey, Ezra, come to Sarawak, come to Kuching. We have plenty of land. We have good opportunity. You see, God is working here." I said, "Well, I love Sarawak as well, because there's a retreat area for me. When I feel down, when I feel sad, when I disappointed, then I will just visit there for a retreat for my spirit to rest." So I love Sarawak so much. But to me, there's a retirement village because there's it's not suitable for young people like me. So I was thinking, okay, God, what is next? What if I copy or expand the whole model to West Malaysia, which is Penang? After the prayer, I did prepare all the documents that including the Japanese documents. Then I submit to Penang government. I say that, God, if this is your will, give me a confirmations. If wanted to enter agriculture, land is a must. And thousands of people told me it's impossible to get a piece of land in Penang, especially it's an island and so small, and we are lack of land. So I tell God, God, in you nothing is impossible. If that is your will that want me to go in agriculture, although I am young, I don't have agriculture experience, but I'm willing to follow your path to strike whatever that you are planned for me. So I'm willing to humble myself to follow your path because you are the CEO. So the previous company in East Malaysia, we call Jubilee Reba Baru, which is convert to the English word is mean new generation of Jubilee. So that is the original company. So we submitted all the proposal to Penang government, but thank God within 6 months time, we able to grant for 2 acres land. To other people that they say is impossible, is totally impossible, means that some more in Malaysia, I'm Chinese, I'm not Malay as well. But then I know that in human is impossible, but in him everything is possible.
Wow.
So we got the land, and officially by this year, which is 2020 by February.
Wow.
And
wow. What an incredible story. Again, Samantha says, thank you for sharing your genuine Ching, thank you for genuinely sharing about the lessons and experience you've gone through, Ezra. I would agree with her. Again, we are having a seminar team, if you could put on there the seminar that we're doing in Asia. This one is a seminar we're doing at in Pacific time, which is the Work at
Yep.
Worship seminar. You're welcome to attend that one. But we're doing a seminar particularly appropriate for the Asia time slot. Victor, if you could put that up as well, the Asia seminar, so that people, if you want to register for the seminar we're doing a couple of days from now to talk about where it'll be focused on Asia, so that those who want to register and be a part of that can come. The seminar is free, where you can learn. I'll be teaching a seminar, and you'll be hearing about how you too can build a kingdom business like Ezra has, and be on track to be a part of the biblical entrepreneurship program. We have a strong work in Asia, based out of Malaysia, with a strong team there, and we want to work with you to help grow your business. Wow. So Ezra, people didn't think it was possible for what occurred, and I want our guests to understand a bit about how Malaysia is structured, because you made a statement that you are Chinese and not a Malay. What does that mean? So let's go back a little bit. So give us a bit about the demographics of Malaysia, and you as Chinese. Why does that matter, so that people can understand the dynamics in Malaysia?
Yeah, I think in Malaysia, we have the culture, we have a lot of cross culture. So we have Malays as a race, Chinese, we have Indian, and we have a lot of native, which is like Iban, Kadazan. We have a lot of different races in Malaysia. So, but then to current Malaysia situations, as a Chinese, we are counted as second priority. Although we are born in Malaysia, my parents is born in Malaysia, but then we are still not the native or the Bumi Putra. So that will make us harder to really get some benefit.
So
Example, in Malaysia,
you don't get the same full benefits as a Malay, somebody who's racially Malay gets. So you kind of have to work harder as a Chinese, correct? Okay.
Yes. So that is what we have too. So in like example in Malaysia, we have a lot of grant, and even the government will tell you this grant only for Bumi Putra, which is only for Malay. Mm-hmm. And as a Chinese, you just, when you read that clause, you just answer it because that's none of your business. So you will just go to the next. And it's same apply to other people. Even the Bumi Putra, when they purchase a property, they get 5% discount. So they have a lot of benefits compared to Chinese. So when come to land lease to Chinese, it's nearly impossible that you can lease a land from government.
Wow. And then you were able to do that. Again, talking to Ezra Tan, the CEO of Kairos Agriculture. So you were able to do that. So Ezra, let's talk about your company. So Kairos Agriculture. So now, by the way, we have a meeting. I think I have a meeting with Sam this week with somebody you wanted us to meet with to see if we can connect you with some people out of Madagascar. Is that something you still need? The connection with Madagascar?
Yes.
You still need it?
Yes.
Okay,
yes,
perfect. So we have the meeting this. We're going to try to broker that for you. So tell us a bit. What is Kairos Agriculture? What do you do as a business, and who are your customers?
Okay, Kairos Agriculture. We rebranded after the previous company name called New Generation of Jubilee. We rebranded to Kairos Agriculture because I believe all the timing for this company is perfect timing, which is God's timing. So what we are doing for Kairos Agriculture, our main focus is to plant vanilla. So we plant vanilla through smart farming, and by actually we get a recognition from Malaysia Book of Record, say that we are the Malaysia first smart vanilla farm. So for this, we are focusing on vanilla planting. Now we have few species of vanilla. So after we produce the pods, we're able to sell these pods to international markets. Of course, the first market that we are aiming now is is Japan markets. We are still exploring Singapore and also Taiwan. And at the same time, we're also going to supply our local market. That's our market target. So for our current 2-acre vanilla farm, we are still moving towards, because now we just plant, we have to wait to 2 to 3 years to get the fruitings. So at the same time now, because our whole concept for Kairos agriculture is an integrated farm, we are not focused only vanilla. Vanilla is one of our anchor crops. So we fully focus on other integrated crops. And we're going to start a vanilla cafe by end of this month, which is December, end of December. So now is under constructions at our current. Oh yeah, go back to little bit rewind, because we granted 2 acres and we able to push the whole farm, and we launched the farm by our Penang Chief Minister on 15th of August. And on that day, he announced another 4 acres for us.
Wow.
So we now have 6 acres. So currently we are sitting on the 6 acres land that in Penang. So now we are building this integrated farm concept, and we hopefully in 2 years time we're able to build the ecotourism, so that able to welcome the tourists to come to Penang for second purpose, not only the tourism for the good food, you also can come for agro-tourism, and that is one of the parts. So
Wow.
accept that, because we also set up another training school. We call it SEED, SEED, School of Experiential Entrepreneurship Development. So for this, we're going to train more agripreneur. So we believe that we stay in this area, and among this area, 95% is Malay. So we are thinking, how can we impart others people's life? How can we bring benefit or bring value to the Malays around Kairos agriculture? As we believe, like in Bible, a light should put on the hill, so the lights will shine for him. So no matter what, we still have to do our part. So we are thinking to set up a school. We call it SEEDS. So this school, we're going to train more agripreneur to go in agriculture, because nowadays a lot of young people don't want to go in agriculture. To them, agriculture is something messy, hard work, dirty job, dangerous job. But we are trying to impart the smart farming technology, and using the smart farming technology told to those young people, hey, look, smart farming can be farming can be used smart system to integrate and easier your work progress. And at the same time, you also can be in farming, because agriculture is very important to any nations, because they produce food, and there's our human supply. We need food. We need good food, nutrition food, because there's a lot of chemical outside. So that is our belief. We have to go back to the basic, kiss the ground, and kiss the soil, and let the soil to produce the good quality or nutrition food supply for us. So that is
Wow.
what we believe. So yeah.
I love it. What a grand vision. And I love the fact that you are positioning yourself to serve all people and to be
Yes.
a true kingdom. And let's talk about that a little bit, because sometimes when people think of kingdom companies, they think about only working with Christians. But you're going to be serving even Malay. You're going to be serving all kinds of people, and that is that's what we should be doing. We should be serving humanity as
Yes.
believers, and not just serving each other. Don't you think that that's key to being a kingdom company?
Yes. To me, sometimes um, through this journey, I would say sometimes we have too high expectations toward Christians, and the person that hurt us more is somehow is Christians.
Yes.
But Christian doesn't mean that we have same value. I would say the same value means everything. So the same value that we can serve to the humanity, I think that's the best work of life. I think that is what we are need to. I mean, the kingdom businesses, we have to look into the kingdom impact. Except the kingdom impact, I think the community impact that we should look into. So that's why we not only serve to Christians, but we serve to all kind of people. As like go back to the scripture, the light is for everyone. It's not only focused on Christians. I believe same to the rain, to the sun. God doesn't purposely just create the sun for Christians, but for everyone that He loves. Like John 3:16, God loves the world, means
Ah,
everyone.
I love it. What a favor that God will grant you guys all this land. Now, so if you have all this vanilla and all this land, why are you still trying to link up with Madagascar? How does that fit into your business model and strategy?
Okay, for Madagascar, because we know that the world top species of came from Madagascar. So we are thinking that we need to learn from the world top, which
Uh,
is we want to have a quality produce and quantity produce over Malaysia, and we are at the same latitude with Madagascar. We are also at the tropical weather. So if we want to upgrade ourselves to be the best, I think the faster way is to you learn from the best teacher, which is the best producer, which is Madagascar. So that's why we contacted Nehemiah Project. We want to connect with Madagascar. We can get the vines or the produce or the even the mother plants from Madagascar. We believe this will help us to produce better quality.
I love it. You know, a little history, Ezra. I think in the 70s,
Mm.
uh, there was Africa was one of the leading producers of palm oil. Uh,
Oh,
and similarly, I think it was the 60s, 70s, Madagascar uh, learned from Africa about palm oil, and they picked it up. And now today, Madagascar is one of the leading producers of palm oil. So you're kind of
wow.
repeating history, my friend. So you're
Mm.
going to do with vanilla what others do with palm oil in Madagascar.
Yes.
Amen to
Wow.
that. Again,
Yes.
with
Amen.
if you want to learn more about biblical entrepreneurship, be a part of the classes going on in Asia, particularly Malaysia. We have a seminar coming up we're going to talk about helping you develop a 12-month growth plan as you think about your 2021 plan. The link is right there. Go to our website, Nehemiah Project org or nehemiahecommunity.com, or just click this link that's right there in your Facebook or your social media, wherever you're watching this, and then you'll be able to join us at that seminar. I'll be teaching that, and you're going to learn how to like Ezra, become a biblical entrepreneur. Ezra, right now, I see that you are. Are you? Is this your farm where you are physically right now? Is that your farm that I
Yes.
see behind you?
Yes. We
Wow,
have all the planting now.
I love it.
So yes. So I just sit right inside the farm.
I love it. I love it. I love it. That is awesome. Now, so you talked about smart farming, smart vanilla. So you explained a little bit. Let's go back. So what does that mean, and what's the difference between smart farming, smart vanilla farm versus traditional vanilla farm?
I think there's a few things that to share about this part. For the smart farming technology that we are adopting now, which is we are controlling the environment, because vanilla is some sort of orchid that do not require so much of water, but they require high humidity. So we create this whole greenhouse. Under the greenhouse, as you see, so inside this area we have a lot of sensors that when the temperature is hot and or the humidity is too low, then our system will auto activated to make to irrigate or to mist the whole farm and increase the humidity. So this is the part that we integrate in the smart technology, so that it will lesser hard work, so that our workload doesn't load on the irrigation parts. So this whole part we will totally integrate in the smart system to let the system to monitor it 24/7. which is when the temperature is too hot, the humidity is too low, then it will auto adjust it by the smart system.
I love it. Now, Ezra, sometimes people see technology as a hindrance to job creation. We can talk about jobs in a minute because you employ right now about 18 employees, 10 in Malaysia, and you have 8 that are foreign workers. And
Yes.
and as you keep growing, do you see yourself continue to create more jobs through?
Yes, to us, we are continuing to create more jobs. But to us, technology is not going to replace human. To us, technology is to help us to achieve the good quality, to prevent human for the forget, so that it will remind you, don't forget this, don't forget that. So you have to make sure the whole environment get the optimum level for the productions. However, that's an enhancement. We believe technology is the enhancement for us to be competitive in the markets. So that at the same time, we must know the soil conditions, or even upcoming next, we have to monitor the water inside the water, which means the water that we're going to misting. So what is the criteria? What is the pH? And what is the material inside the water? So this is all the technology that we have to put it in place so that it will bring benefit to us, but it's not to destroy the job creations.
I love it.
And also enhance us to do more meaningful job like marketing, and we can do the experientials, or make it work, or research development. So, and at the same time, we don't kill the job creations, we enhance it.
What a smart young man. What a smart young man. I love it. So technology enables humans to work smarter and more
Yes.
efficiently. And
Yes.
so in the long term, it works best. I love that point. Let's talk about COVID-19. So, by the way, in less than a year, you've created already 18 jobs in less than a year, right?
Yep.
So that means the potential. How did COVID-19 impact your business?
I would like to say this word, but I don't know whether got people going to kill me or not. I wanted to say, actually, to us, COVID is a blessing.
Mm.
Because of COVID-19, actually, we rise up because of this pandemic as well. Because why I see that? Because I got the land on February. We got the land on February this year, and somehow by March, the whole country locked down because of COVID. And that's the point that make us feel so stressed, even to me, because we have few investors are going to onboard, but because of this COVID-19, the whole all investor pull back. That's the point that I talked to God, but God very fun, I would say, because I one night I have a dream. I mean, during the dream, I quarrel with God. I did quarrel with God. It means that I say, God, you see, the whole world is negative. And that time I already started the job. Started the work. That time I with 4 people, me and another 3 employee. But then the financial is getting lesser, the bank account is getting lesser, and the investor is not coming in, and a lot of things that you have to do because you already promised people, you have to push the work. So there's the point that at the one night I still remember the dream until today, that I asked God, you see, whole world is negative, the pandemic COVID is killing everyone, and I started the business during this period. I mean, are you kidding me? You give me, I mean, you bring me here to die? Are you sure? So that's the point, that the struggle inside me is very real, because every day you look at your bank account, it's so struggle. What is next? What can you do? So I keep on asking God, what can I do? What is the best thing that I can do? But because of this COVID and the investor issues, I try to crack some way. And I really thank God that give me the experience of under the constructions company. So I know how to build the simple constructions. I just tell the whole team, hey, let's build the roof ourselves. So we make it. I mean, because of this COVID. So, and you don't have money. So you have little money, you have to do it. do it by your own. So we just DIY, do it yourself. So we build our own roof. So a lot of things we do it ourselves. And because and during this time of moment of time, after you've done something, people see your result, they were coming on board. But back to the dream that I mentioned just now, I talked to God. God, you see, negative plus negative equal to negative. I mean, this is happening. But then God asked me, hey, look, don't look at the negative plus negative equal to negative. You adjust the plus to times. You just adjust 45 degrees. Then you get the times, which negative times negative equal to positive. So that is what we need to do. So through the journey, I would say when we see the negative and the negative work that so that's the adjustment, the negative times negative equal to positive. Then I was been looking, okay, God, I just need to twist my idea, my brain, that see what can I do. So and also through the journey after the dream, I was like, okay, then I should just adjust my brain, not go this way. So what can I do? So we just do our best to make it up. Then we DIY, we use our effort to make it. Then we build the own roof. Then we continue to push the work. And we're able to reach until that's why I say August 15. Then we're able to launch the project. And after that, we launched the project. We are so thankful that our governor of Penang did notice Kairos, and the governor notify us, and through one of the governor, which is our MBSP governor, that did mention that they want to visit our farm. And because of this whole arrangement, I would say this is a blessing. It's not planned by me. uh, we are just follow the CEO. So we follow CEO to move it step by step, and then we really achieve what we have today. So
Wow.
this is, yeah.
That is incredibly powerful. I mean, you your journey, Ezra, is incredible, and what you've been able to accomplish, incredible. And what the opportunity you saw in the COVID-19 environment is incredible. Again,
Mm,
we talked to Ezra about his journey through biblical entrepreneurship, launching his first business, Dessert and Smile, winning second place at the competition, experiencing some success, but then facing a crisis moment where, because of his partnership, things did not work out, and then going through
mm,
a 3 months wilderness season, and the Lord reviving him back again in the with a company called Kairos Agriculture, and now he's seeing some success. Ezra, as we prepare to close here, so
mm.
what are some lessons that you learned through BE and your first business experience that you've been applying now in the second time around?
The whole, actually, I was really thanks to Nehemiah Project, because I believe the Nehemiah Project and the courses for biblical entrepreneurship did really groom me, as I did really share to Posim and Samantha that when I met them, I say that whenever I have today, I really thanks to Nehemiah Projects, because without the courses for the from the biblical entrepreneurship, it unable to for me to go that far like today. So the one thing that I really learned through the journey from the biblical entrepreneurship is the integrity. To me, the integrity is very important, not only to God, to people, and also to yourself. Sometimes we will have the struggle inside, definitely, because we see a lot of challenge, but we have to be true to be our own also. So we have to, I mean, through the integrity side, we have to make sure that we reach that level. So do not lie other people. Don't try to lie people, because God is everywhere. He's the CEO. So this is the journey to test the stewardship. Are you faithful enough? Are
Amen.
you follow him throughout the journey? If yes, he will bring you to the next level. So this is what I gain so much from biblical entrepreneurship. I really encourage everyone that listening to this podcast, do subscribe and do follow, and also attend the biblical entrepreneurship, because it's really benefited me.
Oh, wow. That is incredible. So, Ezra, we've come to the end of our podcast. I've got two more questions for you. Before I do, let me talk to our listeners real quick. If you enjoyed this podcast, please share it. Share with your friends, share with family, share with others who want to hear a journey of an entrepreneur, a young man who launched his first business. It didn't work out, learned from it, did not give up, but went at it again. And now, second time around, he's employing 18 people, and he has a vision to really transform the vanilla farming industry in Malaysia with the first smart vanilla farm in Malaysia. Samantha said, "We are really proud of you, Ezra. Continue to be salt and light
Thank you.
for God and creating kingdom impact." And so, if you want to know more about Ezra and his company, Kairos Agriculture, you can email him. You can also go to his Facebook, Cairo Agriculture, and you can learn a lot there. We're having a seminar coming up this week on developing a 12-month growth plan. Join us. Go to nehemiahecommunity.com and register there. If you want to make a donation, if you want to support, tomorrow is Giving Tuesday. Today in Malaysia, actually, is Giving Tuesday already. So if you want to join and sponsor a job or an entrepreneur, just go to Nehemiah e-community and go to the donate button, and you can from there sponsor a business or a job. So Ezra, two last questions for you before I let you go. The first one is, what is your vision for Kairos Agriculture? 10, 20 years from now, what do you see?
I would see Kairos Agriculture will be the model to encourage young people to using the smart farming to go in agriculture. So my most passions is young people. We have to take care of our future food supply, especially the nutritious food supply. So we have to know what we consume. So that is my passion. So Kairos Agriculture, we definitely will be there and be the model to train more agripreneur and to impart whatever we learn, and the strategy partner that we have. We even have a strategy partner with our local university. So that will become our research partner. So we want to ensure that we really can be the model and encourage young people to go in agriculture through smart farming technology in order for us to reduce our national import rate.
I love it. What a vision. And of course, with that, he'll be creating more jobs and impacting more people. Brother, I look forward to even bringing you to Africa so you can help the farmers over there understand how to use smart technology to improve their farming. Wouldn't that be powerful? This connection between Malaysia and Africa in enhancing the farming industry.
Sure, that's our pleasure.
My last question for you, by the way, Ezra, you are such a role model, and I'm really looking forward to your influence and your experience being an asset in helping to grow Nehemiah Project in Asia and really serving as a role model to others what's possible. My last question to you, Ezra, people are watching this podcast today or listening, and they have had business failure or they're going through struggles right now. You've been through it, you bounced back, you are going through your second round of it, you've not give up. What advice would you give them? Somebody who's listening, they've had failure and they're discouraged or they're going through difficulties right now. What advice would you give them? Give them some tips as to what was the key to you succeed, to you being able to bounce back. What can they learn from you? Tell them what to do right now. Encourage them.
Okay, I would say definitely this COVID really killed a lot of people. I mean, I would say it's not only by physical, but then mentally or even financially. So what I would say is this period of time we need to be, I mean, for in order for me to bounce back, I think the quiet time is much more important for me to go back to the heart of God and asking God what is next, and always adjust our mind to go back to the original point, which is, I believe, as a Christians or Christianity, is not a religion. It's not only Sunday you go to church, but there's our lifestyle. It's daily. Anytime we also can communicate with God. So don't limit yourself that prayer is only in prayer room. But anytime it's like you communicate with Father, Father, what is next? What can I do? But at this moment of time, I believe that this is a game changing period. If your business model is not suitable for the new normal, I think it's time to seek for God's uh, um, plan for next. I think seek His kingdom and His righteous is the most important to see what is upcoming next. So this is what I always do. So in order for me to bounce back, I believe this is few key things. It's really need to align back our heart, go back to the basic, and then go back to God. I mean, I always tell myself, see no one but Jesus, including in your work, including in your personal life, including your financially, including your physically or mentally. So we have to always adjust back, or else we will distract by anything. So don't be. I know this is the progress. It's tough, but then all the raining season, after the raining season, the rainbow is waiting there. So no
Wow.
matter how dark is the night, the sunrise is waiting over there. So don't give up. Stay on and then keep searching, seek for God, and then I believe God will open another new door or new window for us.
Wow. What a word of encouragement. And what's awesome about you, Ezra, is that you have seemed to also have forgiven those who hurt you along the way. Is that also what helped you to not hold a grudge against those who, whether it was your partner or whoever along the way that disappointed you? Was that also key for you?
Yes, I mean the forgiven. I think the words from the Bible that asks us to forgive other. I
Mhm.
think the forgive is not for other. It's for yourself,
Amen.
because you have to let go something. Only you are free. Then you're able to run fast, or else a lot of thing or a lot of string attached, and then that will make you unable to fulfill what God has the plan for you.
Amen.
So we have to move forward, and forgive is for your own good. It's not for them.
I love it. Spoken as a man who's learned it. Wow. Again, Ezra Tan, the CEO and founder of Kairos Agriculture, talking about his journey through biblical entrepreneurship and him now creating jobs through agriculture. Already has 18 jobs created, and he
Yep.
has a vision to do a lot more. Ezra, thank you so much. Wish you all the best, my friend. I look forward to coming and visiting Penang and coming and checking out your farm.
Sure. Penang is always welcome, Patrice.
Amen. Thank you so much. Hey, I don't know
Yeah.
about you, but I've been encouraged by this podcast. Wow, what a candid story of a young man who went through biblical entrepreneurship, produced his business plan, won second place, launched his business, had great success, and then because of the bad partnership, he had failure and then faced disappointment, discouragement. But after 3 months, the Lord was able to restore him again. And here he is today, pressing forward in a direction that allows him to create jobs, innovate in agriculture, and he's forgiven those who hurt him. And now he's bouncing back again. Listen, as it's happened to him, it can happen to
Yep.
you as well. Who must you forgive? Who must you release? Whatever failure or challenges you face, get up and go at it. The Bible teaches that we fail as believers, but we get up again. We
Yes.
get up again over and over again. Paul Sims says, encouraged and inspired by you, Ezra, especially for your heart in God. So again, we're doing a
Thanks, Paul.
seminar coming up. We want to invite you. The Penang Center is holding a seminar, the Penang E-Community Center, on the 12-month growth plan, looking at your 2020 plan, 21 plan, as you look to grow your business or start business. We invite you to register. Go to nehemiahecommunity.com on the event page, and you can right there sign up for that seminar. We have classes coming up and coaching program coming up in Malaysia that want to help you, come alongside you and help you through training, through coaching, and through access to capital, and help you build your kingdom business. Well, God bless you. So now I'm going to pray for you. If you want to know more about Ezra, visit his Facebook page or send me an email so that you might be able to learn from him and be inspired by what he's doing in Penang, Malaysia. Well, let me pray for you. May the Lord bless you. May the Lord enable you to steward those talents that are under your care. And may you steward them in such a way that one day, just like Ezra, you can hear those wonderful words. Well done.
Amen.
Good and faithful servant. You've been faithful over a few things. He'll now make you ruler over much. God bless you. Again, Ezra, thank you so much for being with us. God bless
Thanks,
you.
Patrice. God bless you.